The month of April has been designated Sexual Assault Awareness Month in the United States. The goal of the Sexual Assault Awareness Month nationally is to raise public awareness about sexual violence and to educate communities and individuals on how to prevent sexual violence. Locally, a coordinated community response team was implemented in 2009 to support a multidisciplinary approach to improving both the community and criminal justice responses to domestic violence and adult sexual assault. Alternatives to Violence on the Palouse is an indispensable partner with distinctive resources to enhance and provide irreplaceable victim services in Moscow and Latah County. Alternative to Violence is at the forefront to advocate education, awareness, and support specifically devoted to preventing, identifying, and responding to victims of sexual assault, domestic and dating violence, as well as stalking. Alternatives to Violence on the Palouse resources which support Moscow Police Department that are provided free of charge. I want to emphasize that at no cost to our community include a 24-hour crisis line, both medical and legal advocacy, confidential shelter and housing, victim support groups, outreach, education, and prevention programs, and chairing the Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Violence Response Task Force. Direct ATVP law enforcement coordination includes 24-hour call-out of ATVP advocates for crime victim assistance with an expected 30 minutes response time, collaboration of victim interviews, providing stress-free and private locations for those interviews, addressing victim safety concerns, meeting victim transportation needs, supplying our officers with crime victim pamphlets for distribution, and facilitating training opportunities in the area of domestic violence and sexual assault to our officers and to the regional task force. At this time, I'd like to introduce Becca, who's here with ATVP, who's ready to offer a report on their activities within Moscow and the Palouse region.
Thank you. And Becca, I apologize. We only had Aaron's name here, so please tell us your last name, too.
Oh, no apology needed. Aaron was actually ill this evening, so I am here. My name is Becca Miller-McPhee. Thank you for such a great introduction, Chief Duke. We are very lucky to have such a great police department to work with. So, Alternatives to Violence, every April we observe Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we try to reach out to the community, especially to provide some education, to do what we can to prevent this type of violence. And also what we're doing is trying to help victims feel less isolated. Many victims don't have a voice or have a voice that has been taken away and cannot talk about this themselves for many reasons. And so we are trying very hard to show victims and survivors in our community that we support them and that we do want them to have a voice. And so I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about what we're doing this month to do that. I appreciate you letting me have some time to come and talk to you. It is wonderful to have a council who is interested in hearing from us about this. We are also doing some things with the university. On April 26th, there's a speak out at the 1912 Center at 7 p.m., so there will be some spoken word and also music by Finn Riggins, and that is a free event for anyone to come and support victims of this violence. And then there's also a post-secret display that will be at the University of Idaho on April 22nd is when that exhibit will start. And so what that post-secret display is people can design and write their secrets on a card. And people get very creative, and then we will display those cards at the University of Idaho. And then we will also be at Moscow Raid this Saturday night. Come and see some interesting costumes, and proceeds from that will go to Alternatives to Violence. And also something that we have done that is new this year is we have, in partnership with Book People, hosted a book club. We've given away some free books to community members who are interested. The book we're reading is Half the Sky. Talks about global and local oppression of women, specifically through domestic and sexual violence. And then we are also hosting, in partnership with the U of I Women's Center, a book club, and the book we've chosen for that is Yes Means Yes. And so we've had our first meeting for those book clubs, and we will have a follow-up meeting at the end of the month. So thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Betcha, we appreciate that.
Thank you. And I have some brochures I can leave over there, too.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And we'll see that those brochures are in prominent places in City Hall, and I presume the police probably has some around as well. Council members have any questions? Sue, please.
I was trying to write this date down very quick.
Yes.
The April 26th, the 1912 building, what
Yes.
time?
7 p.m.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes.
And Tim?
Becca, thank you for your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
The council will be hearing more about ATVP when we come to our budget discussions, and so if need be, we'll replay this recording from tonight's meeting. Thank you. Very well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate your introduction.